on here. Okay, guess what? Got the the new IP webcam up in the window, and it definitely is not going to be good for. Hang on, let me check the sound up there. Yeah, it's definitely not going to be good. Good for watching cats, but it's not very. Oh, look, something scared the cat. Oh, I could yell it. No, that's cameras on the inside. I didn't put it outside yet. The old phone camera looks better like at the angle like that. That white deal there is where the when the nighttime vision is getting confused and coming on. Lately I discovered a new setting that I guess that truck coming up so it scared that cat. The new setting to turn on, when the light gets low, bring them to nighttime vision, and I thought there was only one way to do it, and that was to have it turn on and off by schedule. And I'll go over here and show you what I've done. And anyway, I finally ended up, I could not get it to work unless I turned them both on, because I had swapped cameras, the one that I was using. I had number 2 up in the window, number 1 over here for me, and then I decided to put number 1 in the window because it had the good battery, and number 2 and number 3's batteries were swelled up to where one of them would just the contacts came loose and it quit running. And the other one, I was afraid he was going to get like that. And then I let them set for a while, a week or two. I've got the least swelled second battery of the 2 swelled batteries in phone 2, and I've been using it. But today, yesterday and today, but it's getting, I don't know if that's got anything to do with the battery at all, but I've always had that trouble with streaming over the Wi-Fi. But it kept getting behind so bad that, it was like almost getting up to almost a minute behind what I was doing between what I'm really doing and my voice and what you're seeing there. And so I was having to reboot it and stuff. And finally I just said, well, I'm fixing to turn on the Wi-Fi on the new IP camera, so I don't need the extra. I just realized I had 3 cameras running this whole time, but the IP cam is, well, it's still plugged into the wired right now, but I turned on the Wi-Fi. And so this right here, well, I just realized you click this right here that says search. I had already copied and pasted mine in there, my SSID. That's your ID that your router sends out. I make my own. Some people just leave them to the defaults. But this is how much is within reach of my house. That's mine and that's mine. And I need to look at my router. I thought I had the 5 gigahertz. That says 2.4 gigahertz. So 5 gigahertz should have its own name. But there's so much. Everybody, there's so many different kinds of wireless devices now. This is what each one has to fight with each other. But this is cool. It shows the channel, so you can know. See, I'm on channel 6. Nobody close to me. I use a Wi-Fi Finder app's the name of it, I think, on my phones to figure this out, because it's a real nice graph and you can really see what's going on. But put your channel. Don't lose automatic unless you're way out in the country, away from everybody, because you need to be at least a mile away from anybody at all. Well, half a mile, I guess, would be all right. But to not have interference with everybody trying to be on the same channel. If they're on the same channel, the same exact bandwidth, the same exact channel, then your signals will fight each other, and you both have trouble. So see, there are some more people on channel 6, but their signals are weak enough that they're far away. I'd have to show it on the phone to give you the idea, but I think this is I think they're all, usually when you see a list of Wi-Fi, it's strongest to weakest, and those numbers look. I don't know what RSSI even means. Maybe that's what it means. But usually it's signal strength or something when you're looking at stuff. And there are lower numbers further away you get. So, oh yeah, you can refresh it. Oh yeah, see, now there's some more. I thought I saw more than that a while ago. I don't see. There's one thing. I think it was this brand of cameras. I know others have said it. It said don't have your. You can have your 2.4 gigahertz and your 5 gigahertz tied together and kind of be in automatic mode, but it can cause trouble with your 5 gigahertz. But these cameras don't do 5 gigahertz anyway, so I guess it wouldn't make a lot of difference. But if you're running on 5 gigahertz, make sure they're separate and have their own SSID. And I did that without showing it while I was doing it, because I had to show my password. You know, I had to see it. I had to go. I didn't remember it. I had to go look at it in my router and see it. And so I just did it. And I forgot to say, when you're in the search, you don't have to type it in. Just say click on join, and then it automatically put in the security mode and the AES what was being used on my router. I remember that when I've used these kind of things. I've had a router that has a deal just like this, Linksys router. They don't all have this. This is pretty cool. So, and then I hit apply and make sure I had it saved, and then I hit check, and it brings up a little window and it checks it and it says, oh, it's good. So I guess I can do that again. Make it bigger just so we can see it. See, it's okay. Connected. So we're connected to Wi-Fi. Now I still have the wired plugged in because I wanted to do that on the video. Oh great, my video died. Let me go make sure my backup is working. Yep, it's working. My stream. Wait, my stream shows to be. I don't think well, it was green when that happened. Let me get up there and reload the page. Maybe my stream isn't broken after all. Maybe the computer just web browser crapped out. Sometimes that does happen when the stream's actually okay. Yeah, I didn't have a picture. It said can't contact. Said it can't connect, but I saw the green stripe up there. So I was all happy because this was the first time I see it start out with a green stripe instead of a red one. There's a little line at the top of your little preview that tells you if everything's okay. I don't think I lost anything. I do have a backup being made. I'm going to close this to not use as much resources since I'm letting this play. But yeah, the comparison, I knew it wouldn't be good, but I didn't realize exactly how off it would look compared to this one. Oh crap, I'm not on the desktop. So this one here, I'm having to switch back and forth and I'm getting confused. That one there, I thought I'd switched off of that a long time ago and stayed on the desktop. I was showing that whole demo and I was not on desktop. Sorry. Okay, so this one, you know, no way that it's good to be shooting on an angle. It needs to be straight on because your outside edges are going to be all fish-eyed anyway, you know, and whenever. I mean, you can see the reflection of the blinds. That just happens no matter what, depends on the time of the day. And it's worse on this camera. I mean, I could turn it some more. Well, it's pretty precarious. I've just got it setting up in the window on top of the blinds themselves. All you'd be seeing is more of that bush anyway. So I just stopped right there. But yeah, you can get a much better looking image, even though it's not great with the other camera. And I can't keep using these though. I don't know. Oh, I know why it's doing that because I've got it. No, I don't have it set. In OBS, you can set either play all the time or turn off when you're gone and play again when you come back. But it's set to play all the time. So I don't know why it keeps doing that. I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of a glitch with the day-night vision, and there may have been an update to the app that's made that start happening. I don't remember seeing that much ever, really, very often. Maybe once in a great while. Back on the desktop before I forget. Okay, I'll go again. Here is mine's all set up. I was going on and telling you all this stuff and didn't know you wasn't seeing the thing. So you click on that search button and it brings up all the available Wi-Fi connections in your area. Some of them are not actually able to connect to ever, and they're all AEN. See, there's one that's TKIP. which, well, there's several of them. But yeah, I'm thinking, I know I set mine to the safest one after reading some articles here last year. There were some vulnerabilities in, I guess, in TKIP. I can't remember. I didn't go look it up again. And what I was saying is these numbers on the left are smaller as you go down. And this kind of a deal, usually, anytime you see a list of, any kind of list of Wi-Fi connections, usually it always comes up with the strongest ones on top and the weaker ones on bottom. And I was looking through here. Some of them I recognize them, you know, and have been here for years, and but most of them I don't anymore. That's the weirdest one ever. I don't know if that's a joke or what. Uninstall system 32 deal. Wi-Fi connection? Must got to be somebody's joke. I don't know who it would be, though. It's that you would expect somebody that's like a serious geek, you know, Windows geeks that would put that. That's a Windows. System 32 deals a Windows 32-bit Windows deal file. Yeah, like me. Only I'm a Linux geek now since 05. So, I should get me a t-shirt. Linux geek since 05. Maybe I could sell those. Well, yeah, I'd sell 2 of them because half the world, 3/4 of the world didn't even know. I never heard of Linux. Okay, so that's the channel. I was talking about the channels. See, both of those are my router, and I was looking for my 5 gig. I've got that labeled so I would know which was which. But I see the 2.4 gigahertz, but I don't see the 5 gigahertz. Oh, the camera can't see 5 gigahertz. That's why it's not in the list. You got to have a device that can see. Well, no, wait. I think 5 gigahertz shows up. Well, I guess it doesn't in this one. I'm pretty sure that I have them separated. I don't think I have them combined. That's why it's named 2.4 gigahertz, and the other one would be named 5 gigahertz. I think I've seen it. I think I only have one laptop that can connect to 5 gigahertz. Nothing else that can that I can remember. I don't try to use it because it won't reach. 5 gigahertz is faster but much weaker. Doesn't reach as far. Put it that way. It doesn't reach as far. And so when you get into the living room, you start having dropout problems if you try on that 5 gigahertz. So I haven't been using it. I haven't wanted to try to use it. I mean, that's one of the first things I learned about it. And then what I was saying is when you click, forgot to say that, click join, just like in the Linksys routers, the old ones, it automatically puts everything in there except for the password. So I had to go into my router. It's logged out now, but I had to go in there and find the password, and I didn't want to show that. That's why I didn't do it on the video. And so it saw what my router was set as, and it matched it. And this is, I remember from the instructions, I guess I could look again, but it said don't try to use a combination is what it said. Where are those instructions? But now I want to see what it looks like over Wi-Fi, and I'm not quite sure what's going to happen if I just go unplug the cable. But first I wanted to see if I could find a way to make sure I know I'm looking at the wireless signal. I guess that's the best way. I can't get over here on this section. It overworks my computer. I can get on there for a second, but this viewing page here, haven't been able to so far anyway. Yeah, see, it was already beginning to give trouble. I went and clicked on go back to the settings, and it's doing that. Let me hit reload. Oh, it was logged out already. I haven't changed the password yet. I'll do that on my own private time so I don't accidentally show the world my new password. No, something might have went wrong. Could be I'm using up too much bandwidth. I'm going to close this because when I go try and do wireless, I get what I'm thinking is it's like on a laptop. Has wireless and wired. Well, it has 2 separate IP addresses, one for the wireless and one for the wired. So I'm wondering. I haven't lost this picture yet. Doesn't look like it's froze up or anything. Oh, it could be froze up. See anything moving? close that. Well, well, yeah, the trees are just barely moving out there, so that picture probably should have had a little movement in the trees. Well, I'm wondering if it's got something to do with now that it's maybe after it's sat there a while with them both plugged in, it caused some kind of trouble. Only thing I know to do is, yeah, I'll go over there and just unplug the Ethernet cable and see if the wire I can connect to it wireless to see if it's going to be the same IP. If not, I'll have to start digging in the. I don't remember anything saying something like, you know, when you're on wireless, go to this different IP or anything. That you would have two IPs. Before I go do that, I'm going to get that. And I'm okay, now I'll be back. Okay, now I'll try reloading this page first. Oh, sometimes on the routers when they do something like lose connection or log out or something, let's wait and see. You can't reload them on when it's on like something like that, like admin HTML and all that. And this time it gave an error, so let's get rid of all that and go and see if it. Yep. Oh, but it's not getting the log. It's not getting the login or anything. That's probably just the cache, like it was earlier today. Cache from the last time I was there. Okay. Well, I don't suppose the camera itself locked up or something. I'm going to go. I used the reset button earlier, and I don't know if it can be heard on my, you know, over here on my microphone. It makes a loud noise when you use that. It makes the speaker makes a loud noise. Let me go do that. I'll just go on the camera just to not be showing the white screen. Okay. Yeah, so if I'm successful here at hooking up with this, and it actually can be used, it's not using up too much bandwidth, then that's the main thing right there, because otherwise it would have to be just on the outside of that window there, and that at that angle it wouldn't be very good. I mean, you wouldn't have the blinds and all that, and you know, messing things up, but I heard the speaker make a little noise. Maybe it was still finishing booting up. It makes just a little, sort of like you touch the speaker wires together or something noise. It does that every time you boot it up. Well, I hit the home button by accident. I think 126. I'm gonna have to start learning that. Oh, there we go. Learning that IP. Well, they did that again. I don't know what that's supposed to be right there. Blank. Well, I think there would be something there if I'd. Oh, let's look in the manual and see if we can say. I didn't pay a whole lot of attention about how to log in on wireless because. It opened up over there again. I'll just close that. I just don't want to run too much stuff. I don't know if they use Wi-Fi or wireless. Probably Wi-Fi. Maybe they do say wireless. Let's see. Okay, Wi-Fi. Oh, that's the mobile application. Right, okay, now I remember. Like I said yesterday, or maybe a couple times today, their mobile app won't even run on my phones, and I think I checked and it wouldn't even run on our newer tablet. I can't remember. I wanted to just get it working first and then worry about it. I'm not really gonna, use that anyway. The only thing that I think, well, the calling part, I don't know if you can use it any other way, really, practically, without, a tablet or something, unless you have a Windows machine. I don't have anything but a Windows XP virtual machine. I don't have anything really that I would be using all the time for darn sure, Camera. I'm trying to skim it, but I'm not very good at that. Try searching again. It's just that I'm not seeing where it's searching at. Seeing it where it's coming up. I'm not seeing the highlight. There's one bottom right. Okay. I'm wondering, I'm kind of thinking it hasn't never disconnected on me like that, so I'm thinking that hooking up the Wi-Fi and having the wired in the Wi-Fi caused, after a while there, it caused a conflict. I was talking about the PC software. IP address, DNS, HTTP, RTS, RTMP only for professional users. What about goobers like me that just want to figure everything out? That RTSP and RTMP, I know that that's couple of the protocols you can use to stream video, watch video in VLC, or stream video from VLC out to other people or out to other computers or whatever, up through the net, through your local network or on the internet. I know what DNS is too, but I'm not going to keep on going. I've been saying all that, going over that junk. I guess I could try opening up this, did I ever close it? No. Where's that? Oh, okay. Let's open up this viewer that was working and see if it will come up now. If there is a different error occurred. Okay, so there must be a different IP address. Host unreachable. Yeah, so there must be a different IP address when you're on Wi-Fi. Either different IP address or same IP in a different port. No, I don't. Actually, okay. I'll look. I've got a. I was thinking about doing that anyway. I got a port scanner application. So I'll see what's on. I'll start scanning for open ports, and we'll find out. Well, actually, I want to find out if there's another IP that's has an open port. So maybe I'll try. Let's see. Thinking maybe I'd have to try my whole router. Try my. I usually don't do it that way. I just kind of know where I want to go. only want to know on one IP address how many ports are open. That's what I'm trying to say. I was thinking about doing that. You have to know to, you know, like I said, I'm not good at looking through stuff. Where's the highlight button? Find case sensitive. There doesn't seem to be a highlight button in this viewer. There's one in the search. You can say highlight all that match. So can do that. Maybe if we do case sensitive, we'll find some IP addresses. Okay, that's part of that name of this. Thought it was going to do case sensitive. Oh, what am I doing? Turn it into case sensitive on and off? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's right. And when you're on the wireless, it's not the same password. What's the IP? Oh, they're telling you to use this application. This is setting up the camera with what? With the app or with this Windows application? Everybody's to set up the camera, and I chose the browser way because I don't have Windows and my phones wouldn't work with it. PC software or with a PC browser. A web browser, not a PC browser. Mobile application, PC software, PC browser, web browser. Okay, but there's the thing that is different. Connect camera to mobile device. Well, that's going to be WLAN, wireless LAN. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now Wi-Fi network. Now this is the stuff I was trying to. Oh, that's what that QR code is. You scan the QR code, the one on the sticker that came with it, and it would just put the information in there. If it worked, it'd be cool, wouldn't it? But I wasn't even getting a page, so I think it needs to be a different IP address. Why aren't they telling us that? I guess the app knows exactly how to get to it. PC browser, that's what we've been doing. And there are software that you can use that I did download some of it that I thought I might, just for fun of it or at last resort, try that in Windows XP in my virtual machine. But I don't know, it may install an XP, but you know, most software that's come out in the last couple of years doesn't even run in XP. Does look like there might be some pretty good features. Also looks like it's pretty complicated, this software. These are screenshots of the software. Different, well, they're different, 2 or 3 different kinds of software. This is what I've been using, what my videos have been showing is the web interface. It's where they say you need to use Internet Explorer, but actually I hadn't had anything in there that I couldn't do with Firefox and Fedora 28, so Linux. I don't even know how I got the IP address. I got it from somewhere. Oh, here's some of that information about, let's see. Does not support special characters in Wi-Fi, SSID password, please. Standard letters. And please check in your router and make sure that your encryption for your Wi-Fi is not set to combined algorithm AS plus 2 TKIP, which is not supported by the camera. Huh. But it said it was successful. I didn't have any problems when I used that check. And, well, yeah, it didn't say. What did it say? I already forgot. I don't think I even took any screenshots. Now I can't get in there anymore, and I kept hitting the home button by accident. It just, yeah, there's just some, that picture is in my cache. I can do, I guess, is change the password. The ONVIF. I keep forgetting those things. I can go in here and try to change the password. I guess it'll still be admin. Oops, messed that up even. Might have messed it up again. Is it trying? You don't actually need to hit. Once you, I don't know. I saw it trying before. Just let it try for, oops, no, it's quit right then. Okay, so let's put the admin back in there. Could be that the port's different though. You know, the 8080 for the wired, it could be a different port. And I'm not finding that. I don't care what it is, when you're working with something that, you know, you buy in networking, they never put the ports. It's the first thing you need to know. What's the IP address, or how you know, is it going to be, or how do you, is it going to be, if it's going to be a preset IP address, a static, or I can't think of the right word they usually use, then what is it? And what's the port? But normally, most of the time, it's going to be a dynamic IP. From getting it from DHCP from your router, so then we just remind you that it's that, and then what's the port? So yeah, okay. What did I just say? I said look at the router. That's how I did the first time, and that part won't show my passwords or anything. All I got to do is look for a new device, and it'll even say that it's wireless. IP cam, that's the one that's there. I don't see the IP cam as a wireless device. This is the one I already saved to reserve the IP address. I don't see another one. So it's not there for some reason. I see that Wi-Fi, Acer Wi-Fi. Yeah, my Acer laptop has wired and wireless. Well, the Dell does too, but doesn't have the driver. The driver didn't come with the domain, and I didn't ever go figure it out and try to put it on there. And actually, that's actually good right now since I'm using it for a server. Then it can't ever accidentally get on the get screwed up. Get on that wireless, and then well, in Fedora it works. My Acer laptop, I have Fedora 29 on there, and if it actually was, one of them would be the wireless was the fallback. The wired was considered the primary, and the wireless was automatically considered the fallback. And I actually had a few times when I actually used it because I did something like forget and unplug the cable or something, forget that server's running, because I was messing with cables. Okay, so it's not showing up. Reload it again and make sure. Goes back to the first page, I think. So it should be showing up. How can we look? Can we look in the security? Let's see. Features, management, settings. This one is very different than any other router I've ever had, so it might be just in the wireless section, but I think that might also be straight to my passwords too. You can go, if you go there, you show the passwords, and I think if you go to wireless, you might show the passwords. Take route, dynamic DNS, quick VPN. I think you have to go to settings, wireless. So I'll do that. Somehow not on. Oh, I know how I can do it. I'm going to go reboot the thing first. That was my first thought. I'm going to go reboot it. Oh, I can do that from here. I don't have to get up. It's plugged in right here. Because that's actually how they tell you to do it. Otherwise, than using the reset button. Yeah, if you can't get into it at all, you're in real trouble then. Let's see if it comes up. It might have needed, see, I rebooted it while they were still both plugged in, I think, but not with just the wireless, and that might be what it needs. There's IP cam. Still don't see anything else. And that stays in there. The reason that it, when you set, especially when you, I don't remember if they stay in. I have it set for like a day anyway to keep the same IP, even if you don't. But I have these. I think every one of these are set to always get the same IP, and I think they just and they just stay there even though they may not be running. Most of that's not running. So no, we don't have anything new. So I don't think our Wi-Fi worked after all. I don't know why I lost it. You know, I lost it while I was still hooked up to the wired. And so yeah, okay, I only got one other thing to switch to. I want to switch to the outside camera just so that I can go looking through my router without, make sure I don't show you my router passwords. Yeah, it would have. Oh, and 5 gigahertz, yeah, it's like I thought. It's separate, got its own name. It just wasn't showing up to that device. WPA, WPA2 personal, mixed 802.11 BGN, Wi-Fi channel auto. Oh, it's on auto. I guess I left it on auto because it was doing pretty good. Some of them do better. Well, some of them don't even have auto. Transmission power high, channel width auto. This is the newest router I've gotten. It's got, it's got a lot of bells and whistles. They're not really bells and whistles. A lot of good automatic stuff. Schedule always enable. 5 gigahertz. I do not see. Clicked on advanced settings, but I didn't get anything to say anything about the security stuff. So I'm not quite sure where they are, where it is in here. Yeah, okay, so it's set up separately. That was one of the things that they said you should do. Wireless, network, firewall, port forwarding, static route, DNS. Where's the security section? Maybe it's actually in that one first page that I didn't want to show you. Well, actually, I guess I already know from what it picked up. Maybe it's in network. I'm still here. I'm just looking. I can't even find where those settings are. Okay, well, I'm trying to hurry, and of course that makes you just screw up. Okay, so I'm just going to close the router now before I screw something else up. Oh, and if I can't hook up to it at all, it's really bad. This sucks. Can't hook up to it at all. Because if plug it in the wired one again, I'm going to try it now. That's what I'm going to do. But plug it in the wired one again. Yeah, and the ONVIF. I mean, it's just offline. It's not. So let me go plug in the wired one again, reboot it, and see if it'll come back that way. Well, I made it play the music. I use the reset button over there, and then if it doesn't come out, I'll try back. I'll reboot it here. But, I mean, I can't turn the wireless back. Oh, okay, here it is. If I can't turn the wireless back off unless I can get into the interface. That's what I was sitting there thinking, getting aggravated about. See if it works. Uh-oh. It's doing something. I can hear the speaker making that noise that it does when it boots up. I think it does it when it reboots too. Oh no, it's okay. It's back. Okay, so still there. I don't know what happened. Maybe it just decided to take a hike. I don't know. Video format is in 50 hertz. What? Well, our electricity here is 60 hertz, so I'm going to make sure that stays like that. H.265. I never did show that. Am I on the desktop? Yeah. Let's make sure my sound's working too. Whoops. I don't know why it did that. Now, if it keeps doing that, then it's going to have to go back. If it could just be that it was trying to automatically reboot itself without telling me because I set up the wireless to try to make it work or something. That 50 hertz might be why. The 50 hertz is that's the AC cycle, and usually the only time you have that in video setup is to match. Usually to match to the hertz of your electricity to try to get rid of lines of interference in it, in your video. Because even so, your computer, that cycle can be picked up by software. It does get, camera software can pick it up and it can make lines, especially with like a USB camera or something. Not really on IP cameras. I've never seen that happen. And it's supposed to help a little bit, like if you want to aim your camera at the monitor. But that was mostly with the old CRT monitors. But I used to use it, and it didn't. It helped sometimes. It depended on how good the software was or the camera. Well, no, I always used to say on webcams that I was using the other day here. So it depended on the software and how well it could do it, but and the monitor that you were trying to do it with. But some of them it helped a lot. So anyway, what I'm recording is H.265 main profile, and that is the only H.265 available. But there is, I don't know why they give him those names, but H.264 baseline, main profile, and high profile. Oh, okay. So I'm assuming, that's good, good, better, and best, main profile is that's the only what it was defaulted on, and the resolution you've got 26 for this one. You could do 26 two. I can't say the letters, but the bottom was a little smaller than the one it's on, and in one dimension. We'll see. Yeah, in the one dimension. Bit rate, pretty high bit rate, frames per second. So you can go pretty high. You can go up to 30. And then on that first page where you view the video, it actually says 46 on rate in the frame rate. So I don't know about that. I left it because it was on default, but maybe I should change it to 15 to match what these settings are. But then again, just because that's set there doesn't mean that it would override this. I don't think it would. Keyframes, I learned about it, but I can't explain it. And then I think that this is what this one here, still haven't found that out for sure, but this one gets recorded to the SD card, no, I already found out. We're streaming. I already know we're streaming to 256 by 1920 because you can see that in this app. It's closed now. This application over there that I've been viewing it in, the ONVIF application. So the second stream could be for the Wi-Fi. That was one of the things I wanted to look up and see. I'm going to go ahead and, let's save that 60 hertz before I forget about that. Make sure it didn't mess anything up too. I could be wrong about what that's what that's in there for in that particular section. I keep clicking on that, thinking that's where I want to go. Where's it that I want to go? I guess I want to be able to see the video, don't I? And the only way, I can look at it. No, that'll probably lock up the machine. Let's try using this again, see if it'll work. I do understand, okay, it's working right off the bat. I understand why people with no experience at all in this kind of stuff gets frustrated and sends them back. Because, man, it's frustrating even when you got a background in IP video. Going from, phones, from USB cameras over IP, and then phones over IP, and now this kind of camera over IP. And from what I get, now this is the size of it without being changed. As soon as I hit something I hit in here, it makes it fit in the screen. So it's kind of funny because you see it's the same width as my normal video, what I'm using in this computer. Basically about 1080p. What is the? Let's look at that. I keep forgetting. I can't remember which one of those has got display in it. Well, I didn't think that would take that long to open up. Displays. So I'm 1920 by 1080. I couldn't remember exactly. So it is. That's the same as 1080p. At refresh rate, 60 hertz. So, and that's got to do with the refresh rate of the monitor. And if you get it wrong, it will not look right, and it can't even. Back in this, with the CRT monitors, you could damage them, could break them, if you put something really wildly off there and left it there. These, I don't know. They actually do really good with these monitors of getting it right automatically, and you don't have to mess with it. But yeah, I guess I just clicked view button or something, or settings, and then view, and then it went back. But it's really tall. I thought it would be taller and wider. I figured that size would be, I'm not good at visualizing the numbers, and I figured that size would be wider, and a little bit wider and a little bit taller. I didn't think it would be just taller. But that's what it looks like. If you had a, I'm wondering if you were trying to view this in a TV, like a 4K TV, would it, they're still, you know, wider than they are tall, so this one almost looks like it's taller than, it is taller than it is wide, because look at the numbers. So we know the not, already forgot the numbers. What was it? I think it was 1920 by 1080, or was it the other way around? We'll look one more time. There we go. I knew it was right in there somewhere. Okay, 1920 by 1080. And let's see. I was trying to remember which way's which. You know, is the width first or the height first? I always think of it as, okay, 1920 is bigger than 1080. So 1920 is the width and 1080 is the height. Okay, so this one, see, it's, I don't, you know what, I don't think there is a standard, because look at that. We know that it is not, that it's 1920 wide. We know that it's close to that, at least, because it's fitting in that window. Unless they, I don't think they're squishing it down to fit it in that window, because it pages up and down, but it doesn't page left and right. You can see the white spaces here. You can't, oh, you can drag it up and down. Yeah, you can drag it. I've just been rolling my mouse wheel. You can't drag it left and right. So they've got this, see, this program shows it backwards from the way that this program shows it. No wonder I get confused all the time. So 1920 by 1080 is 1920 wide by 1080 tall. And I think that's generally what the way I think of it, even if I can't really visualize it in my head. So really, this one is 1920 by 2560. But they've got it the backwards way. So, but anyway, they're both 1920 wide, and this one's 2560 tall. So you know that's, I wanted to use 265 because H.265 because I keep reading that it uses less bandwidth and a smaller file size for a better looking picture, you know, higher resolution, better looking picture than H.264. Okay, now there is another resolution, 2650 by 1440 would just be same height but less width, so I wouldn't want that. And so you can even tell, though, like right now that the light's changed and everything, you can tell that it does make a good picture. You can kind of see the screen better there than here, though, it seems to me. I guess not. But look at that. It looked better. Look, then it got bad, and then it got better again. It's kind of looking the same. I guess it's just the light at this time of day at 11:08 a.m. So they're not aimed exactly on the same angle either. What I want to do, well, I want to figure out, if I can't figure out how to connect to it wirelessly, then I guess I'll leave it. I was fixing to close it to not, yeah, I won't mess with any of the rest of it. There's two things I want to know, yeah. First stream, see if there's something in the manual about first stream. Let's go back to the top and search from the top down. I still didn't find the, check the case sensitive out of there. Doesn't matter, it doesn't seem to find it. I don't think this manual is complete. I've noticed that they have the software, the Windows software for setting it up. Every little section of what you're trying to do is in a different piece of software, which would be aggravating to me. Setup software, viewing software. Oh yeah, I did say I could do a port scanner. You know what? I keep thinking about that. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to close that just because, you know, constantly streaming a big video like that, I think is going to overwhelm this computer. There's something about the player they use in in the browser that definitely, you know, causes trouble in Firefox and on this computer. Let's see, the IP address. I think I still have that in there, don't I? No, I don't. I just took that in there. So I want let's see, port 8080 is the one that goes to the wired. Oh, I just want to see what ports, right? Okay. I can't remember the name of that. Can't type either. I thought it was ZenMap that I had on here. Guess I don't. Wireshark, well, that's not the one I want. That'll be like seeing all the data that's in there. It's going through. I just want to scan ports. Wireshark. Yeah, that's specifically like, that's good, but it's not what I want to do right now. Let's see. Let's try going in here. Yeah, there's not a networking section in here. Okay. I like to search with the search better, but sometimes it doesn't find every little app that's in here. Because I don't do good at looking through lists. Could be an internet air snort. I got that in there, but I don't have any wireless. Ether8, that's not the one either. That just gives you a graph of their network traffic. There's the ONVIF viewer. I didn't know what section it was in. I just been using the search. Wireshark. I don't think. You know what? I think maybe the one that I like is not even on here because I couldn't find it. I think I always just turn on my. I used to turn on my Fedora 14 machine and use that one. ZenMap. I thought I had ZenMap on here. I didn't specifically look through for ZenMap. Don't think it would be in. Sometimes you find stuff in weird places, though. So shouldn't be in graphics, but internet. It didn't show up in the search, and I think it would. It's one that I think would. Ctronics, that's a security suite, testing suite. Now I don't even remember where hit Wireshark GTK. I think it's just two different graphic user interfaces. But I'm almost certain that ain't going to help me. It's really complicated. Yeah, this is. Let's see. Choose an interface. It's just going to show all the traffic, you know, every little well, you can filter it and stuff, but I don't use this very often. But it won't. I just want to see ports, and I think it does show ports. But well, let's see. Choose one or more to capture from interface list. Okay. Cisco SSH dump. UDP dump. Well, I don't want any of that. SSH, I'm not UDP. I'm not using any of those protocols. I think I had to set up, like when I did want to do this, I had to set up my own stuff. Yeah, you can go in here and pick the ones you might want. Like you can see what's going over the radio. See, I'm not a network guru. I don't know what. Radio information, radio capture header, RSNA. I mean, it'd be nice to know the radio information, but the capture header might tell you something, but not about, I don't know if it'd tell you about ports or not. I mean, it would tell you a lot of things, but I don't know if it'd tell you what I want. Okay, cancel, close. I really don't have ZenMap on here. I don't know why. Huh. I just can't believe it. You know what? I bet it wouldn't work, and I put it on here and took it off. I bet there was some reason it wouldn't work. My video, I can't run the Fedora 14 system anyway. It's I don't know if ZenMap is on that Dell laptop or not. Well, let's try another way. Let's just try. Guess I could look and see. Where am I here? Okay, we're here. I can't. Can I connect to that? Let's go into the wireless section one more time. Maybe it tells me, and I didn't pay enough attention. We got that. Oh yeah, there's one thing. Forgot about that. Well, port 80. Of course, that's where we are. That's how we got to this. RTSP port. That would be, I know how to do that with BNC, but I tried that once and it didn't work. I did. We'll see. What did I get? Did I get something? No, I didn't ever get anything to play in there, I don't think. VLC, I mean. Anyway, that would just be other ways to play the video. And we already know I can do it with ONVIF. And I can watch it in here, but it, it overworks the machine. Wireless. Nothing in there anymore. You know, that reset button might have cleared the wireless. I didn't think it cleared settings. I wonder if that's why that. Well, I never changed that 60 hertz though. OSD set. Something went wrong on it, and it got set back to its defaults, evidently. Now, I haven't changed much. I just changed the time, didn't I? Let's see if the time is off. So the wireless is gone. We could put it back in there, but I can put it back in there, but I never did. Well, like I said, I'm almost certain that when I picked mine, clicked on it, well, there it is. It says in AES and WPA2 PSK. See, there's no mention of TKIP. Now I can't even remember. Let's see. There we go. AES plus TKIP is not supported, so. Yeah, I think that, I'm not sure. I think they're just saying don't try to do both at the same time. And it was set to AES. Okay. So, and that's the only time that's mentioned in there. So, AES is. And that's the only time that's mentioned in the whole manual. So I'll look through and see what, before I try to put wireless in there again. Well, I should have, after I save that, I think I rebooted. Did I reboot it once with it still plugged in? I may have. So I should have immediately unplugged that cable and rebooted it. Well, if it just kept working, it'd be fine. But if I need to, I'll reboot it. But could have, I don't know. Something went wrong, didn't it? So wireless, DDNS, it's all off. ONVIF. Oh yeah, I saw this before. When you go there, it does that, and I tried to get a screenshot of it. My user ID and my password is what it's showing up in that screen to log into. But that is not how I got on ONVIF to work on that player. I used admin. So it's kind of weird. But anyway, you do see there that port 8080 is what worked in the ONVIF player with everything on its defaults. I'm wondering where the network. Look at the peer-to-peer. Yeah, and that's using the UID, which is another way to get into a router. It's kind of basically, let's see, I think if you type that in the router, it'll automatically set it up. Something I haven't used it in forever. Alarm, audio alarm, off. Alarm, that's all off. Okay, yeah, schedule, that's fine. That's not set. User, you can change the user. I haven't changed it. It looks like you could change the user and the password, but I haven't done anything to that yet. Auto snap, auto take a picture, that's not turned on. Timer record, that's not turned on. Emails, not turned on. FTP, I don't have a server to hook it up to yet. Terminal, I don't know enough about all that, and I wouldn't mess with that. And but evidently that has actually got to do with center while cell check, close the alarm PTZ. I'm thinking that's the settings you can change to allow you to. You need some specific settings to log into it with the terminal. I think it'd be an SSH shell, but first I was thinking of an actual physical terminal plugged into it, but I think that's just a remote terminal. Might be. Well, I tried it once and it didn't work with the Linux terminal. And then this stuff, I don't know what 485 set is. And then when you get down here, baud rate and all that, that's all modem settings, or serial port settings. It looks more like that up there makes me think maybe it's serial port because I don't know a lot about serial ports, and but I used to have to do the modem settings, and I have done serial port settings when I was doing. Well, actually, I was doing with TI experimental boards, little kind of like Raspberry Pis and Arduinos and stuff. The USB emulates a terminal, a serial port, and so you had to sometimes get the settings right for that. Restart timer. It's still on 2 o'clock on Friday. Okay, this is Saturday, so it didn't do that to me. Time. Yep, it's wrong. The reset. See, the basic stuff that I put in there is gone now. Okay. The whole thing got reset. You know what? That reset button. Well, it could be that maybe I held it down too long. It tells you how long to hold it down, and maybe if you hold it down a really long time, it resets everything. Central Time, U.S. and Canada. Sync with PC time. I don't know. I didn't even notice that one before, but I'm just going to leave it like that. I don't see why I would need to do that. Okay. And then initialize. Oh, you can reboot factory default. See, that's what it did. Went back to the factory defaults, but I never was in there. I mean, I never clicked on it. Back up the data. I did back that up, my first original settings. Once I get my Wi-Fi stuff in there, I think I'll do that again. Oh, and then here's the information on it. That's how you get to the... Right there. Browse the SD card. That's so hidden. That's crazy. And then the system log just says what's been going on. Let's see. It's really short now, so it's been reset. But I don't know what caused it. I thought I heard it make a little noise. It's like it crashed or something. And maybe it did because I had the wired and the wireless hooked up. I didn't see anything anywhere that said don't do that, but just kind of guessing by things that might be possible from other computerized equipment I've messed with. I'm going to put that right there to remind me to do that. Now here's what videos have been taken, and I've already put that in my... Yeah, and I've got index of SD. Okay, so you click on that and you'll go into another folder, and then you click on that and you'll go into that folder. There's only one picture in there. And you can, when you click on the file, individual file, then it will give you a chance to save it. And see, it gives it a name. I think, let's see. I'm not sure if that's got anything to do with the time or what. It's pretty funky looking numbers. And I don't really need to send that up to be scanned for viruses, so we'll stop that. Let's go to the very earliest one, and I think I've already got the very earliest one. And there's a rec data DB. That we don't need that. And then I'll just get the first one. I think I already have that one, but who knows? It might have been lost. But I kept trying to remember how to get there, and I couldn't. And I actually saved myself a shortcut, and I still didn't remember that. So I'll go through this part, and then when it goes to the password, I'll go show you the street or something. I'll show you the street. D-Link guest, my regular one seems like it's weak. Why would it be way down there in the list? Okay, so now it's at the top of the list. Okay. I don't know. Well, maybe it dropped down. I did reboot the router. But yeah, this thing can't see 5 gigahertz. That's just, it's not meant to. Okay. Now that's what it did. There's no TCAL IP in there at all. So, show you the street. You don't have to leave, but I'm just going to show you the street. I hope I got that right. Okay, hit apply, hit check. Yep. Okay, so I hit apply and hit check, and it came up. You know, it starts out saying it's checking, wait 30 seconds, and it says connected successfully. All right, now, I'm just going to go, well, let's go back to the first page or something so we can't accidentally mess that up. Trying to think where I would go. Okay, the camera's still working. I just wanted to go there for a second and see if it was still working. You can go there. I think I'll go to... It looks like a more dangerous spot. That's where it always wants to go when you first log in, so we'll go there. All right, now I'm going to go over here and unplug the wired cable again. Well, let's open up the ONVIF, because that's a viewer that you can. I know I can leave it on there a while without it locking up the computer. Okay, so there we go. It's up and going. And we're on desktop, so we'll leave it on that, and it probably will go away when I unplug the wireless, unless it seamlessly goes over to Wi-Fi. But this time I'll unplug it and plug it back in. I won't hit that reset button, because I've been doing that because I thought that was just the same thing as unplugging it. well, I don't know if that's a frozen picture or if it just was seamless. Might be a frozen picture. Let's go back to the, let's see, we're on the desktop. Let's go back to the monitor over here and see if it gets anything. Well, maybe not. Yeah, I think it's a frozen picture then. Still trying to connect. I guess I'll close that application. It's only way, it doesn't have very many controls in it, so I know that if you open it, it searches for that one. If you got one camera in there, it searches for it. Okay, it looks a little different now, and it has. I guess this is how. That's what I was kind of gathering. It's how they intend you to view it is in this through the Wi-Fi. It's got, oh, I see, you can view one camera, or you can view 4 at a time, or a bunch at a time. I've only got one camera. Oop, only got one camera. I wonder if this is just a viewer. No, I think it just never got me logged out. What's this here? That doesn't, not anything. Looky here, we got Chinese letters down there. I don't know what this stuff means. What the heck? And I don't have any other choices but to be right here, so it's not the same interface. I guess you can only get to that interface by being on the wired thing. SD, okay, now I know what that is. So it should look the same as the other if it would work. It's not working. Now, this could be the problem, like, you know, they were saying you might not be able to access the SD card if you're not in Internet Explorer. So that could be a problem. Let's see. I just click each button. See, the words are not even there. It's all this Chinese stuff that I can't read. What in the heck? I wonder if that's where you can select the language. Let's see that. That'll probably get worse now. It could be a language selector. Well, it made it go away. Of course, I was also trying to go to that other section. There. Let's try reloading, make sure we're still there. Now we're here. Let's see if we can go there again. I'm hitting the back button is what I was doing. Okay, now we're there. Still looks the same. I won't hit that thing again. Let's see. That was the camera thing I hit. Now that's film, and that's a play thing. Can't connect anything. Well, let's try the ONVIF app again. Maybe it will connect now. Unless it only works over the wired. Like I said, I would think that the wireless would actually be a different IP address. Yeah, it can't even talk to the camera. But here, you went to the same IP, same port, and you got something different. And I got a feeling this is just for viewing. You're not logged in. But, you know, it's kind of hard to tell when you don't know what anything says up there. Okay, when I put that over those buttons, it's saying connecting. Like it's trying to go there. Try the SD one again. That don't work. So I'll try that one. I haven't tried it yet. I don't want to click on those other numbers, even though it's the same button. I want to click over there where the picture. But that looks like a film strip. What does that mean? I don't know. Play. That's a play button, I guess. Camera button. Maybe that means take a snapshot. These there, I wouldn't have a single clue. And those would be panning if you had a panning camera. There, I noticed they're in there even though you don't have a panning camera. That didn't do anything. That opened up another window but it doesn't work. Let's see. Let's try going. I don't know if I've tried this before or not. Oh yeah, those RTSP ports. Yeah, I don't think you can do this in the browser, but I'm going to try it anyway. 8080. Hope it didn't lock it up. It didn't work in the, let's see. I'd have to have those ports. Okay, those ports are all in the, I do have some screenshots though. I saved a bunch of screenshots. I never could find anything about ports in here. I'll just leave that as it is for now. Didn't do anything. It's pretty, it looks like it's not written very well, the page. I mean, so much of it's not working. I guess I guess this is the part where they're saying it's written for Internet Explorer. Use Internet Explorer, you know, that 20-year-old browser. I used to love it back then before I discovered Linux. Okay, so have I got I've got the IP in here 192.168.0.126. I guess I'm gonna have to break down and learn it. That didn't help. Let's see. I'll click each one of these buttons once just to see. Give it a little time. But this is not the setup page. They said the setup page wouldn't work. It did. This is just a viewing page. There's not even any other options there. Well, unless there's one there. Look at there. It has a, it comes up like there would be an option. Those are buttons that do something too. Okay, so this ain't working. I'm going to close the manual now because it hasn't helped me a bit. This is one of those manuals that is hard to find anything in. I remember, you know, I read through the whole thing because I knew I might need, you know, I knew I was getting into something, a new type of camera for me. I'm going to open up the Windows XP VirtualBox. And I'm not good at remembering everything, but so we're going to start XP. But, you know, a lot of this stuff I kind of remember that I'm wanting to know was not in there, and I couldn't find, you know, I looked again to make sure, and I'm not finding it. And I think some of these things, like those ports, the RTSP ports, you saw them in the setup interface over and over again. And I did get screenshots of those, but I'm kind of just, I already tried that the first day. First time I got it up and running, I tried that with RTSP, and it didn't work. So, and I know you have to, it's so particular, you have to have the right, not just the right port, but there's usually a file name at the end of that. You give the port and then / and a file name almost every time. So I don't know what that is. Yeah. With HTTP, usually it's just a folder name, but I tried the only one I know that works for my camera's video, and it didn't work. Computer's at risk. Well, it hadn't been on in no telling how long. I don't care about icons. The joys of Windows XP. All right, now let's see if I can't make it work too quickly. I have to wait. Now see, it's still got to finish booting up and asking me stupid questions. I said no. Oh yeah, it'll keep doing that until you do that. There used to be some way to turn that off, and I don't remember if it was an app that I don't think you had to install anything to do that. It was an app that knew how to get to the settings to turn that off that I used to use, but of course it's not on here. Yeah, see, I just use this for things like ECU flash. I don't know, mostly. Yeah, things that WinSCP. Oh, that's I forgot what that's. It's not what it sounds like. Oh, an anti-twin, the duplicate file finder. I used to See, this can connect to my Linux machine over the network. It's actually locally because it's a 10 dot network address instead of a 192. But it does connect, and I could use any twin, get rid of duplicates. It's a real good. It's my favorite duplicate file finder, and that's mostly what I would use. See, I don't even have Internet Explorer on the. When I used to use my phone Explorer to remote control my phones, and it quit working. I never could connect. You can connect over Wi-Fi or over USB, and I got to work and get it to connect either way. And so I took it off the phones, but I still hadn't taken it out of there yet. I kept hoping it'd work again. Because let's see, well, the other ones, there's 3 that I found. I can't think of all the names right now, and all of them got to work. Well, one of them, got to where it wouldn't work. Working maybe 10 minutes at the most, and then quit working. Slow down to where it wouldn't work. So Internet Explorer, I guess I want to make sure I didn't accidentally click on it. I think maybe I can click on it now. I think it's booted up. That's what I'll do first. Then if I have to, I might try to install some of that Windows software. But I think I may have to take a break before I can do that. I'll try this XP first. I may have to take a break before I can try XP. Yeah, see, this is not really fast at all because it's running on top of my, everything else that's running on my Linux machine. Well, since this is going to take this long, I'm going to take a break. I'm just going to shut down the stream and come back whenever I've had my break. And hopefully I'll get somewhere because I'm dying to have a break now. All right.